Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Lokijunda here. Going to be playing the original Silent Hill on PlayStation 1. I'm going to be playing this on the original hardware. Have that set up for this. This is probably going to be a spoiler-heavy kind of playthrough. I'm going to try not to kind of ruin it just on the off case. People aren't familiar with the story. I'll try and go along with that, but I do kind of plan on trying to explain the story as we go along. The game came out a while ago, but there is the remake for this game that's in development now. But so I'm going to do my best. There's a lot of things in this that are kind of still up for debate. I want to go through the intro little flash scene ahead of time, because this is back in the day where story elements are actually revealed in the little cinematic that happens during the menu scene here. And but we'll go through that. So the important things in the story element there is basically seeing the house, just the family picture of Harry Mason, which is our main character. And I'm going to skip these so we get back to the scene, the cinematic I'm talking about. But just kind of to see the family picture of Harry Mason and his wife Jody Mason, and the as we find adopted daughter Cheryl Mason. The wife dies 4 years prior to the beginning of the game, and then furthermore it shows the driving into Silent Hill, where we see Officer Sybil Bennett drive by them, and the crash. So that's the arrival to Silent Hill happens all in this scene here. So here we have Sybil, Harold, and a baby. Which actually is a pretty big spoiler on its own, if you know. Here's the daughter Cheryl. So we have a lot of like the normal thing where it's just clips from the game coming in, but a little bit of the story stuff comes in that we don't otherwise get anywhere else. Kind of showing us clips of central characters to the story that I'll go into more detail with when we come across those situations. I'll also talk about how to get the different endings. I think the only one I don't know off the top of my head, like all the locations, is like the ending you can get in the New Game Plus. So here we have them driving to the town. I'll also try and throw in kind of things I remember from going through the Silent Hill play novel, which was released for Game Boy Advance as a graphic novel kind of version of this game. It was released in Japan only, but it did allow you to play Sybil Bennett's scenario, so it gave a little more kind of detail of what was going on with her character throughout the game, and I'll try and put that in the best I can remember. Here we have Sybil passing them on the road. When I first played this when I was younger and it came out, I will say I would often listen or just rewatch this cinematic over and over just because I loved the song to it. I know I'm talking it over it here, but played through a couple times in the starting soon screen I had up. So here we have, he's driving through, sees a girl running the road, crashes the car. That is the start of the game. We're going to go ahead and just start a new game. And I think there can be a lot to get through knowing a little bit of stuff ahead of time and playing through the game here. So we have Harry Mason. You know, there was a car wreck when they passed by Sybil's motorcycle, crashed on the side of the road, saw a girl. He crashed as they were coming to Silent Hill, him and his adoptive daughter, Cheryl Mason. This happens 4 years after Jody Mason, his wife, dies. Cheryl started asking him to take her on a vacation to Silent Hill as she was being called here. So he decided, road trip, family vacation, this is where we're going.
Cheryl? Is that Cheryl? Where are you going? Hey, wait! Stop!
So also worth noting, so Harry and his wife Jody, they knew she was sick and they were unable to have kids a long time ago. And so 7 years prior to the start of this game, they actually found a baby. I think it's described they found a baby on the side of the road, and they adopted that baby, and that is their adopted daughter, Cheryl, here. And if anyone has any opinions on how many spoilers I should go for, because there's a lot we could say here still that I can hold back on. If anyone wants to just go ahead and hear what's going on as it's happening, I'm more than happy to do that. This game has been out for a very long time at this point, but I still love it. And then if you do just kind of want to go along for the ride without any spoilers, on our channel, we do have a full playthrough of this game in a few episodes where I play through without giving any spoilers and just do kind of like a little bit of retrospective as things are revealed in the game. Now, this was a fantastic scene here. They described it in an interview. They were really trying to go with creating like a masterpiece when they made this game. This was like Konami's answer to Resident Evil. They wanted to go for like a survival horror game. And then they used this kind of scene here to really try and bring in, like, this camera angle sweep is, for the time, it was really, I thought it was amazing. But they really wanted to like bring home that this was more going to be like a cinematic masterpiece. Now, this game is heavily inspired by many things. Jacob's Ladder is a movie that heavily inspired this, and The Other World, which we're going to see here too. If you've seen that movie, then you might be able to see where they get the inspiration for some of the stuff we're going to come across here. All right, we got a nice wheelchair here. That is very indicative of kind of what's going on here. A lot of the story to the game is quite different. While it has similarities to the movie, it is quite different. They did, Christopher Gans did change some very key points when he made that. I know a lot of people are more familiar with the movie than they are with this game here. Got some bloody chain link fences now.
What is this? What's going on here?
Now, the first time I did this part, it really was really stressful. Not used to this kind of start to a game here, trying to get away from the demon kids, which are actually, I think they're only in the North American version of the game. For other countries, localizations, they didn't. They changed those monsters out for another type of monster that's in the game because having monster children that you would fight was not appropriate for them.
Was I dreaming?
How do you feel?
Oh, like I've been run over by a truck. But I'm all right, I guess.
Glad to hear it. You from around here? Why don't you tell me what happened?
Wait a second, I'm just a tourist. I came here for a vacation. I just got here. I don't know what happened. I'd like to find out myself.
Uh-huh.
Have you seen a little girl? Just turned 7 last month. Short, black hair. My daughter.
Sorry. The only person I've seen in this town is you.
Where is everybody?
I'd tell you if I knew, believe me. But from what I can tell, something bizarre's going on. That's all I know. What's your name?
Harry. Harry Mason.
Sybil Bennett. I'm a police officer from Brams, the next town over. The phones are all dead, and the radio too. I'm going back to call in some reinforcements. Hold it. Where do you think you're going?
My daughter. I've got to find her.
No way. It's dangerous out there.
In that case, I need to find her now. Cheryl's my little girl. I can't just leave her out there by herself.
Have you got a gun?
No.
Take this, and hope you don't have to use it. Now listen to me. Before you pull the trigger, know who you're shooting. And don't do it unless you have to. And don't go blasting me by mistake. Got it?
Yeah, thanks.
You do best to stay nearby. I'll be back with help as quick as I can.
Now, there's been a couple topics of debate that I've seen regarding if the town of Silent Hill is an abandoned town or populated, with people going both ways on this. I think here, especially in light of the Silent Hill play novel, it leads me to believe that it is largely abandoned. There's evidence in other games that the cult, and we see our air screamer in the back there, the cult still is operating in the town, possibly running it. It's kind of bare bones, but I don't think it's very much of like any kind of real town anymore. In the Silent Hill play novel, it's mentioned that Sybil is literally like on a phone call with her friend in Silent Hill. The line goes dead, and then she keeps trying to reach it, and when nothing is going through anywhere, then she drives over to the town, passes Harry Mason, crashes the motorcycle. And another side note, people have mentioned like, oh, I guess maybe she had 2 guns on her. In the play novel, the first time you actually come across a monster when you do the Sybil scenario, she mentions that she does not have a gun anymore because she gave it to Harry, which is I think it's a kind of a weird thing for an officer to do, but you know, this was a video game in the 90s. I guess we weren't really expected to question that much. Pinball machine, nothing unusual. Let's see, I can do a new save. Why not? Now this is, I will agree that the controls of this original one are not the best. This was back in the day when they were still trying to figure out how gamers would really, what would work best for gamers to navigate in a 3D environment. And for this genre, tank controls were kind of just the go-to at the time.
What's that? Huh. Radio. What's going on with that radio?
And we had that wonderful dialogue back in the day as well. Alright, let's run away a little bit here. Hey.
This is not a dream. What's happening to this place?
And now all of the monsters are specific kind of representations of things. The air screamers, I believe, come from basically a children's book that frightened Alessa as a child. It was like a dinosaurs or something, I believe, is the explanation on that one. Alright, so we want to go back to the alley where the murderous monster children got us. There's one thing I do want to try and find in this. I believe there is supposed to be a sign that says, what is it, since 1987, that I've just never noticed before. But I don't remember, I don't know which road it's on, but one of these, apparently, because the original team, while they were developing the games, very purposefully left out years. So people would argue over the timeline. I remember for a while, I kept reading that people were saying that Silent Hill 2 happened before Silent Hill 1. But of course there was a book, I can't remember, I think it was like the Book of Lost Memories, that was released only in Japan, for kind of like explain situations and things about the first 4 games. And in that it very explicitly says, you know, Silent Hill 2 came out, the time of Silent Hill 2 was after Silent Hill 1. And then I came across, I guess, a mention where the purpose of Silent Hill 2 was to explicitly explore like explore the situation of the town after the events of Silent Hill 1. So I'm not really sure what I was reading at the time that kept saying that the second game happened earlier than the first one. I think the best bet is the time frame of Silent Hill 1 is sometime in the mid to late 1990s. I have been playing through a lot of the Silent Hill games to this point, and I'm trying to make note of everything that says any kind of specific date, just so I can put it all together. And I mean, there's going to be inconsistencies just from how they developed games back in the day. Maybe didn't keep track of things as well, or wasn't as important as it is today, keeping everything so concise and, of course, kind of, not contradictory. Sorry, I had a little brain fart there. There, we got another save point here in this store. I don't always come in here. Because one of the really cool things about this game at the time, for me, I had played the Resident Evil games. It was just like the freedom you had to kind of explore in this one was a little beyond what you had in those games. And then, of course, there's the turning off your light and radio, helping you avoid monsters. At least, like, in the streets, I maintain running away is pretty much the best thing to do. You can't fight everything in the streets in this game. We got our monster dogs. I think they came from an event in Alessa's childhood where she was attacked by a dog. So we have the air screamers that are from a book that scared her as a child about dinosaurs, and then the dogs because she either had like a dog that scared her, or she was kind of attacked by a dog at a young age. And some of those explanations, I believe, were in the Book of Lost Memories. I'd love to actually get a copy, even, since it was released in Japan only. But Google Translate, I feel, would be really helpful in this day and age. But I would absolutely love to get my hands on a copy of that. I've never seen it in person. Just some scans on the internet, and it's not even like every page that I've found. I do have a bad habit of checking maps a lot, and I'll apologize for that. Just kind of like a reflex at this point. But I'll try not to waste a lot of time with going off in other directions. I think for this playthrough, I will go for what I believe is the canon ending, which is on the first playthrough, not a New Game Plus. You have 4 endings you can get. You get a good ending, a bad ending, or you can get a plus ending, so good plus or bad plus. And the conditions of those have to do with really 2 things. Picking up an item in the hospital for the plus ending, the plus part, or and the difference between good and bad is finishing a side quest in a later part of the game. So there's really nothing until you get to the hospital, and then out of the sewers. Those are the only times you have to do anything regarding getting an ending in the game.
Is
To
it the
school.
Cheryl sketchbook? She's at the school.
The fantastic drawing of Harry. Here we got the iconic lead pipe for the, or steel pipe for the first time. Ah, crud. Forgot we had that dog right there. Zigzagging is important in this game, too. And another thing, too. It is my understanding and my belief, as far as, like, what is happening in the town as a whole regarding, you know, the other world coming in, the monsters, I don't believe that's been something that's been going on for a long time before we got here, or necessarily before we got here. I think it was like an as we're arriving thing is when the monsters should they might like show up a little bit, but I think it's really like what pushes things over as we arrive is when the town just gets overrun by monsters, and the other world very well could be the first instance of the other world coming in to Silent Hill when we first walked in that alleyway. It has a lot to do with Cheryl making it to the town. Nah, I didn't actually think I was going to dodge it that time. And as we kind of wander around, I guess the idea for most people would be, hey, we're supposed to go to the school, let's try the direct route. But as we try and do that, we find we have the road out. And then we'll find that we have been guided slightly. So we have a doghouse on Levin Street. Which is the location of one of the big memes from this game. We're right here. Where, I think the first time if you come over here, he says, it appears to be a dog house, but it's hard to say because there's no dogs around. My favorite version of the meme, there was a VR one made where you load it up and you're looking at the doghouse with that, and if you turn around, it's just like the dog face right at you. I thought it was fantastic. it made me laugh audibly. Yeah, we can go ahead and save it, I guess. We didn't really do much yet, but wandered around and picked up some goodies. Ah, 3 locks. I forgot about this part. Keys for Eclipse. All right, we have to go the end of the road on Finney Street, end of Elroy Street, and down the alley. Now we know we got a couple of doggies right here. We're gonna go for it. Let's see. So I think I'm gonna run to the end of Finney Street first, then come back down the alley, and then go to the end of Elroy Street. And should be able to at least do some of that without opening the map again, perhaps. Hey, yes, how's it going? Hey, this is 1998 PlayStation 1 graphics. Might have been 99. It was 98 or 99. I really should remember exactly which one it is, but all right, where? In the trunk of the car, of course. Yes. Yes. Oh, thank you for bringing that up. It is snow. They mentioned throughout a couple of times how it's odd that it is snowing at this time of year. One of the things that Christopher Gans did when he did his movie is he convinced a large number of people that it was ash, because that was one of the things they changed in the movie versus this one. The movie is based on Centralia in Pennsylvania, of course, where there's an underground coal fire, blah, blah, blah. But all of that stuff is only in the movie. In the game itself, it is, the Silent Hill's supposed to be in Maine, upstate Maine, I believe. But still, it's snowing. So I think it's supposed to be like summer or maybe like late spring. It is snow in the game, ash in the movie. Yeah, the Silent Hill movie. I think it's a serviceable horror movie. I think it's got cool aesthetics. I left the movie theater very, very disappointed when I watched it. But I know there's a lot of people that say it's the greatest video game adaptation that there's ever been. And I think that's kind of horse shit, because he changed some very kind of central things to go away, Screamer, to the game that I just thought they were bad changes that didn't either need to be made. I'm going to be upset if I die because I'm not paying attention to my health. I got 3 of those. See, I was probably about to die, actually. The movie is in... I would say the movie is inspired by the game. That's about as much as I'd go. One of my biggest kind of things, I don't have a problem with switching genders of characters when you're exploring, you know, a different adaptation or not. I didn't like Christopher Gann's reasoning behind switching it from male to female lead. I think there would be plenty of reason to, but his whole reasoning he gave in an interview was wanting to save your child was more maternal, and it's not manly to run away or scream when you see monsters. That's what he said in an interview, and I was just like, that seems like a ridiculous reason. What do you mean it wasn't possible at the time, like when they made the game? Well, the tech of the time is the main reason they went with the whole fog thing. I mean, just like lore-wise, they could have just said it was Ash in the lore of the game. If they wanted to, it wouldn't have been something I would have thought twice about it. But I believe there's a more of a specific reason why it's snow, and it doesn't have to do with like the location of the town. And that's you could argue that's one of the things that kind of took away from the movie too, for me, I guess. So all of these, everything that's kind of going on, really, it's largely the, you know, manifestations from one individual. So in the movie, when they switch it to Ash, then it's one aspect that they change to an external thing. I mean, that's a change in the movie that I did not mind, but I could see like where some people could nitpick on that one. That one didn't bother me at all, though. I think the biggest things that I didn't like about it was how they changed the character of Sybil Bennett, and they really completely changed the motivations and actions of Alessa between the game and the movie. Get in there. The mandatory map. See if I remember the more straightforward way of going about here. It's written in blood. 12 o'clock, a place with songs and sound. The silver guidepost is untapped and lost tongues, awakening at the ordained order. "5 o'clock, darkness that brings the choking heat. Flames render the silence, awakening the hungry beast. Open time's door to beckon prey." So we got 5 and midnight. Yeah, I think he said he was gonna take the day off from live today and just work on editing and recording some videos. 10 o'clock, Alchemy Laboratory. Okay. So these are clues to unlock certain doors. Picture of a door. It is certainly in bad taste. Well, we got a minute of running around the store, or school, so you got time. Hold on, I want to make note, because I always forget. It's like 5 o'clock, midnight and 10, I think. I just opened my notepad, so I don't have to worry about not remembering some of this stuff. Because this one is 10 o'clock, Alchemy Laboratory. $5. We got darkness, heat, okay. Yeah, 12 o'clock, songs and sound. Silver moon. Yeah, we got to get the 2 things there. Yeah, all these kids are, because Alessa was treated very poorly by her classmates as a young child. So she came to view them as monsters, and that's where these manifested monsters come from. This is also the location they chose to bring in to Dead by Daylight as the Silent Hill map. Oh wait, that's right. Now I think I remember what happens here. Let's see. Might have had the wrong spot thought of. We are generally going to avoid fighting most most things in this game. Really only gonna pick out ones I think are gonna make it a little more convenient or easy for me to navigate. Yeah, crying in the bathrooms, that's one I always think is pretty spooky. Yeah, I think the censors of a lot of other countries didn't like the whole shooting monsters that looked a little too much like kids. Which, I mean, to be fair, I completely understand. How much handgun ammo do I have? Oh, Jesus Christ, I got a ton. Oh, good, I unlocked that. That's... Here's the room and the poem, the cryptic poem that's kind of like a slightly infamous puzzle from this game. But solving this puzzle in this room, that was literally the moment I stopped once I solved it. And I thought to myself, I'm like, this game is something special. It was, just happened to be, that's when it hit me. And I was like, this is like my new favorite game. Oh, this is a great, this is a great scene here. Just I guess the scene on its own maybe not the great part, but it's something that I thought they did very well. Later on, that kind of does a throwback thing to this. Poor kitty cat. After we just saved all those cats in Kronos. Hey, get off me. Go ahead and run through this way. Oh. Yeah, these things freaked me out a bunch, my first playthrough. The apparitions, they actually are harmless, but they do set off your radio. Dang it. Okay, so I'd already gone this way. Let's... probably go back over to the other side. And go back up the stairs. Actually might want to make sure. See if I have to unlock this door right here. There we go. That'll be useful later on. So I'll head back up this way. I never remember, just like off the top of my head, the order that I have to do everything in the school. Or like where everything is and where I have to go first and all that stuff. But we can definitely check out the library here. Yeah, it's between the stacks. No? Oh, it's one of those things, okay. Or several of them. I wonder, it might be worth noting the rooms that the apparitions are in. Just trying to make sure I didn't have to unlock that door. Nothing more frustrating than forgetting to unlock a door and having to go around the long way. Alright, here's one of the things I need. Okay, yeah, I don't carry it with me. Oh, let's see. Go ahead and use one of those. Alright, now we are going to go out to the courtyard and put this gold medallion in the thing by the clock, and I believe that changes the time as well, and that'll kind of be another hint of what we're supposed to do next. Oh, and this is something to note here too. Oh yeah, it's not here yet. Welcome back. Stopped at midnight. Songs and sound. Okay, so now we go back to the music room for that puzzle, I believe. I just got the medallion, put it in there, and opened up. Yeah, no, not really. Just ramblings of an old man. Alright, second floor, and then to the other end. Ah, crud. I saw that I was gonna get stuck on that locker as soon as I did that. I think this is the music room. There we go, see? Keys open. Alright, so we get this part here, where there's some blood on the keys. We're going to check the piano. So we'll note we have all these, but some of them work and some don't. So we have that one that doesn't work, and that is, because some people were like, oh, you need to know music theory. You don't need to. It can be useful. But yeah, we're going to say, so we have, you know, B sharp that doesn't work. Or C sharp, I'm sorry. Damn it. Hold on, sorry. I'm making note because I don't want to keep messing up on this. Then, yeah, so D doesn't work. G doesn't work. A doesn't work. And, I guess in this case, then it would be B flat doesn't work. And so we have, you know, 5 notes that don't work. And then it's really is just one of those, which comes first. So a tale of birds without a voice. So that's our clue that it's the keys that don't work. The first flew the greedy pelican. That's a white bird. Eager for the reward, white wings flailing. So the first one is going to be either D, G, or A, because those are the white keys, not the sharps or flat, the black keys. Then came a silent dove, flying beyond the pelican as far as he could. So then the latest white key, the farthest white key, or highest note, is going to be A. So the pelican is going to be D or G, the dove is A. A raven flies in, that's a blackbird flying higher than the dove. So again, that's going to be our B flat for sure. Just to show that it can. Swan glides in to find a peaceful spot next to another bird. So that again, a swan, white bird. We have our next to another one. So then that's going to be D, because D is right next to C sharp, which gives us our pelican as G. That's the last one. Then finally comes a crow, coming quickly to a stop, yawning and then napping. Alright, so coming here. Alright, so C, D, E, F, G, then A, B flat, B. Damn it. I messed that one up. I had D sharp instead of C sharp. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B flat, D, D sharp. And it looks like I did that wrong, which is fine. See, first flew the greedy pelican, eager for the reward, white wings flailing. Came the silent dove, flying beyond the pelican as far as it could. So maybe I just mixed up the D and the G. If we're going, yeah, we'll try that C. We'll go D, A, B flat, G, D sharp. There we go. I just mixed those two up. So now that we have that, we are going to go back to the courtyard again. And with that, actually, we're pretty much almost done with the school area. Well, at least this version of it, anyway. Yes, actually, that's the better way to put it. That'll give us this little door to go through now. Oh wait, I thought I'd be able to get through. Alright, what area did I not go through? Haven't tried the infirmary. Oh, yeah, the boiler room. Oh, yeah. This is just like a save point room, that's right. Hey, come on. A friend in need. Make sure I'm not too wounded. No, I'm still good. Say that as I run right into this thing. Now, did that unlock the clock tower thing? Yeah, it did. There we go. Now we got our nice warning sirens. And we do all that and we just...
Where am I? Have I been here before? I don't remember this being here before.
So here we have the seal of Metatron, which is important to the story that's going on here. And I also think it's probably important to note that coming into the other world this time, we went through a door and then we ran through and came out the other side to the other world. But the seal of Metatron is actually, it's being placed around town for a specific purpose that we will come to know later. Let's see. Heal up. Does it give me the map for this one already? Yeah. Right here, I'm going to pause it and I'm just going to take a break for 1 or 2 minutes tops. It'll be pretty short. I will return very soon. Alrighty. Hey there, Leper King. How's it going? Yeah, of course, there's always these damn bugs. I don't think there's any significant really to their symbolism or anything, just little girls can be terrified of bugs. 14 hours, yeah, that can be, I've done things like that. That can be a different kind of exhausting. Ah, come on. Alright, and this puts us out there. Some more infirmary goodies. Alright, let's try and just run by these ones. Not doing that too well, though. Wait, can I unlock this one? Ah, son of a... Alright. Okay, now I'm just getting annoyed. I'm ending you now. Alright, the reception, I think, is where we want to go. No, now it's no longer a painting. We have the bodies hanging around. And that slot, yes, is for the card that has the same design on it. Alright, this is the part I was thinking about earlier. I think I did the wrong one first. It'll throw you off because now I'm on the second floor. And back to the first. I wanted to go in this one first because I believe this is where the shotgun is. Yes. Why would somebody... But let's see, do I want to check out... I don't know. We'll just go to the second floor real quick. Oh, I guess it didn't really matter. Okay, so let's see. That one's unlocked. Let's make sure. There we go. Alright, let's try and save the ammo. Tiny bit. I don't want to get too carried away. There's a couple cases where you need a little bit of ammo. Oh, I have 147. I still have a ton. I think this is where the phone is.
Cheryl!
Yeah, I mean, this is... this game definitely came out last century. Wait, was that unlocked? Oh, it is. But I am very excited that Bloober is going to be remaking this one as well. Though I do feel their specific talents probably would have been put to better use had they remade Silent Hill 4 before they tried to do like 1 and 3. Because they started off with 2, because 2 was the most popular Silent Hill game. And a lot of people consider it one of the greatest survival horror games ever. I don't think it's the greatest. I think it's a great game, but that's besides the point. So I thought it would make a lot of sense, given their talents and how their previous games would actually work well with the design of Silent Hill 4. Thought it would make a lot of sense had they gone 2, 4, and then maybe like another developer done 1 and 3. Or if they did 1 and 3 after those ones. But they're going with 1 next. Which, it's my favorite story of all of them, so... I'm happy with... Oh, come on, man. Too many. Too many monster kids in one room there. Yeah, you know, yeah, probably, honestly. That, from that aspect, I could see it, but I do think, like, creatively, I would be more curious and excited to see what Bloober Team did with 4. Because, I mean, what are they going to do with 1? It's probably going to be, you know, like they did with 2, but with 4 they could do something more, I think. I have no qualms with Bloober Team remaking all 4 of the original ones. My only worry is that after, you know, 2 or 3 of the games, they'll kind of get burnt out on doing it. And, because I could see that, because the amount of, like, detail and care they put into the Silent Hill 2 remake, I could see that being a difficult thing for people to maintained throughout 4 development cycles. Ah, damn cockroaches. I mean, it could, honestly, it could be a great way for them if they remade Homecoming and mostly Homecoming. I would want, that is the one that I would actually want them to change the story if they did it. I'm sure they wouldn't. I don't think we're gonna get a Homecoming remake personally. But if they did, that would be one I'd say, hey, there are good story points. Keep those. Change the bad ones because this story does need reworking. I feel like there was too many executives that were just trying to force people's hands on that one. Here we go back to the cat. I don't know. I just always thought this part was kind of, because, you know, the cat runs away and then screams. And then we get that there. I do believe, like, when I first played this, that, like, that part, I jumped and probably made some noises. Because they build it up and then there's nothing, and then it comes just after you're expecting it. I just thought that was a really well-placed one. Alright, library, reserve, okay, so we gotta go that way. And for like a Downpour remake, I think all they'd really have to do is fix the combat and stuff. God damn, get off me, bugs. I know there was a lot of speculation regarding the canceled Silent Hills, that one of the things it was going to do was kind of bring in a way to... I don't want to die. Okay, I'm good for now. To, like, reconcile all the continuity errors with the games and stuff, and... like, because the maps don't... If you, like, line up all the maps for the Silent Hill games, they don't quite make sense either. Yeah, so those ones I'd want them to... I would hope that they would try and correct some things. Which one's still alive? Oh, I thought I got it. Let's run through. Go ahead and... I was hoping I'd be able to unlock that one. There we go. Some more chained up bodies. Okay, let's see. Now I should be able to go ahead and unlock this. It's nice when you have a job you can sleep at. A little power nap at work can do wonders sometimes. I feel like I've missed something here. Hearing this, and the hunter armed with bow and arrow said, "I will kill the lizard." Meeting his opponent, he held back, taunting, "Who's afraid of a reptile?" At this, the furious lizard hissed, "I'll swallow you up in a single bite." Then the huge creature attacked, jaws open wide. This is what the man wanted. Calmly drawing his bow, he shot into the lizard's gaping mouth. Effortlessly, the arrow flew, piercing its defenseless maw, and the lizard fell down dead. Alright, where have I not checked yet? Upstairs the roof, but I still need... I need to check the classrooms if I miss something. Or is it in the courtyard? Yeah, I would go for... Here, oh, here we have the seal of Metatron again. I'd go for 6 hours at work over 3 hours at home. For sure. Alright, we got that key. Yeah, I think there's use of fixed cameras angles. Like you can get a more cinematic feel and really have more control over the scene you're crafting with the fixed camera angles. I like it when like the traditional ones every once in a while kind of like throw in a fixed camera angle room or something. Okay, I need to go to the... I haven't gone to the storage. That might be what it is. But yeah, these control schemes, they definitely take some re-acquainting yourself with. So there have been some that have revisited this to some degree. Post trauma, the indie game that came out earlier this year, is probably what I'd say the closest to like this kind of feel for a game made by a modern studio. And I absolutely love Post Trauma. It is a very short game, but it's also like $20. I recommend it. I absolutely love it. I think they've created a wonderful setting that I really hope they come out with some more stuff and build on what they've made. And now I loved Post Trauma. And but there have been some, and it's mostly indie games, of course. I don't think any big budget studio would ever greenlight a game trying to get this kind of retro feel to it. But there's definitely been some indie studios doing some stuff that I'm excited about regarding like games like this and a real return to the classic survival horror, unlike The Medium, which Alright, now that we've washed our key down, I think we go back to the courtyard. I do think it's the courtyard. I hope I'm not mistaken on that. Yeah, there we go. Classroom key. Alright, which classroom are we going in again? Second floor. Okay, second floor by the library. Can I get up? Ah. Alright, get off me. Alright, right here. How do I... Okay. I was trying to remember how to do the backwards jump thing. And I did it, but I guess I don't remember how. Still, it's not doing it. Consistently here. Alright, well, I'm just gonna have to probably deal with it without it. Ah, stupid bugs. Alright, still decent health-wise. Now I think I'm gonna go downstairs. Yeah. Now let's see. Don't really... That does that one twice. Yeah, it's... I think it does it the same amount on the other way, right? One and two. I'll be honest, I normally just mess around with this until I happen to come across the right way to do it. Oh wait, that's 1 and 2. Oh, but it was the wrong way. No, I meant to do right again. So that should do it. Yeah. There we go. Now we get to wander through here. Then we're coming up to now our first boss fight. The lizard from the story. Hey. Okay, what the hell is it doing here? Yeah, the controls off. Definitely make boss fights kind of wonky. But why is it not moving the way it was before? Oh shit. I think luckily continue actually puts me right at the boss fight again. Which I think was very nice of them with whole throwing in a one hit kind of kill mechanic that they also gave you, like that one little autosave. It's really hard to run away in time. My sidestepping is not working how I feel like it was while I was up there before. The controls during this fight really are hot garbage. Alright, he's gonna try and gobble me up, I think. No! Yep. I don't really know how that dodged it. Alright. I will say I've never claimed to be particularly good at this game. But at some point we'll get it. Dang it. Okay, I don't know why that got me so quick there. I was backing up. Alright, that's getting a little annoying right now. Alright, so I'm trying to do this with the handgun, and that just seems like it's probably a bad decision right now, so... Hey, I want you to do your thingy now. I'm going to try this with a shotgun. Alright. Stop doing that. Open your mouth. Open up. Open up. Open up. Alright, why are you doing it? Maybe, gotta do a little bit more damage to it first. Let's use a little handgun first. Convince this thing to say "ah" for us. Alright, I think the music changed, so maybe that's what it is. Yeah, okay, that's all it was. Handgun just doesn't work for it. I just beat the first boss, but I died like 5 times first. I kept trying to do it with the handgun. And there we see an apparition of Alyssa.
Huh? What was that? Who in the hell was that?
And I do believe at the time of this game, Cheryl is 7. So I think Alessa is 17 years old. Okay, alright, yeah, that's right. We're at the school. We hear the church bells going. Now let's see, we want to... Oh, I want to equip the handgun. I don't need the shotgun equipped right now. I hear a church bell, maybe? Who is ringing the bell? We're gonna go there and find out. Yes, this is PlayStation 1, correct. And I am playing it on PlayStation 1. There was like I think the only port of this game to anything otherwise was on PlayStation Network. It went to, was it PSP? And then you could load it to a PlayStation 3 from PSP, something like that. You couldn't actually like do it directly on PlayStation 3. But I have done that, so if the only consoles I have hooked up to stream right now are actually the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 5, and the Xbox Series X. I do want to dig out some of my other consoles. It's just I don't have a lot of desk space, and I want to find something more permanent to where I can easily switch between all of them. Yeah, I have just the like the RCA cables going into RCA to HDMI little adapter box, and then from that into my streamer thing. So yeah, it might not look as pretty as it was supposed to originally because of that, but that's the only setup that I have right now for it. I really really want to get like a nice CRT TV just to like play specifically like some of the old light gun games on PlayStation 2 and stuff, because they just don't work on anything other than that. But I really would love to have like a nice retro setup. Alright, Balkan Church. I don't think we can go all the way down Bradbury. Yeah, I agree, and if I had it set up like that, I absolutely would. Unfortunately, it still wouldn't be able to stream it that well with that. But oh. Now go away, doggy. We got something here. We got some more ammo in the kitchen. I mean, all the sounds of this game are really just so like there's the old school style on this one. I'd believe it. I really would. Go away. You know, the one thing that that I sometimes I scroll. I don't have like TikTok or anything. I think I'm too old for that. But like I scroll through the Facebook reels, and sometimes the sounds I hear on like the nonsense reel things that people do, sometimes the sounds like really throw me because they're like from like video games in a context that just seems off. I will admit that I have not kept up with Metal Gear Solid games. The last one I really played was Metal Gear Solid on PlayStation 1, and I played it a lot. So I don't know if they've just kept the same, like, enemy alert sound throughout the series. But I remember seeing, like, a Facebook reel where they used that alert sound, and I was like, I remember that from Metal Gear Solid, and I was like, that's a throwback. I like to think that they used the sound from that game, and it's not from further in the series, but... Yeah, Metal Gear Solid, that one, I loved that one. And the one that came out after that, I just couldn't get into it for some reason. I mean, yeah, I believe it. Alright, here we go, our church.
Were you ringing that bell?
I've been expecting you. It was foretold by gyromancy.
What are you talking about?
I knew you'd come. You want the girl, right?
The girl? You're talking about Cheryl.
I see everything.
You know something? Tell me.
Stay back. Nothing is to be gained from floundering about at random. You must follow the path. The path of the hermit concealed by Flauros.
What? What are you talking about?
Here, the Flauros, a cage of peace. It can break through the walls of darkness and counteract the wrath of the underworld. These will help you. Make haste to the hospital before it's too late.
Wait! Don't go yet!
Yeah. Yeah, no, the voice acting, I'm not really sure exactly what it was that that gave all these older games like this that kind of voice acting. I don't know if it was maybe the budgets or what it was. But they definitely it was of the time. My favorite I really love from the first Resident Evil when you play as Jill and Barry's like, "This is blood. I hope this is not Chris's blood." I love that part. It's my favorite line from like any Resident Evil game. But yeah, so here we have Dahlia Gillespie. We find out that's actually Alessa's mother a little later on. And she says we need the Flauros to get to the girl, presumably our daughter to us, Cheryl Mason. But it's interesting And if I guess I did not know this at the time, but so Flowers is actually a demon who's like one of the Dukes of Hell or something. Not, I don't think necessarily in the context of the Silent Hill game, but it just might be kind of like a hint that something maybe isn't quite right. So yeah, so apparently like Flowros needs to be sealed in like a triangle or pyramid type structure to give you answers to things, and if not, it'll lie or something. Oh, this is a lot of Wikipedia research on it basically, but so I do like this point that it's kind of it's easy to gloss over this. Redalia says it was foretold by gyromancy. So some people regarding like Silent Hill F, I've seen some people maybe like complaining a little. They hope that there's not like magic and stuff in it. And just at this point here, we can say like magic has been in the Silent Hill series since the very beginning. Gyromancy is what brought Cheryl to Silent Hill in the first place. And, you know, Dahlia is hinting at that, saying it was foretold by it. So we've always had magic, and that's kind of what brought Cheryl to Silent Hill. So I'm going to go ahead, and I think this is a decent place to stop for now, and we'll pick this up, and we'll probably finish this game. Maybe not next stream, but the stream after. Unless I could do like a really long one or something, then we could maybe finish it in the next one. But this one's a lot shorter than Chronos the New Dawn for sure. But for anyone watching, you know, I want to say, you know, thank you. We appreciate you. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications if you haven't. If you want to support the channel a little bit more, for 99 cents a month, you can become a member and get early access to our videos. Next time, I'm going to stream the second part of Silent Hill, and I will kind of try and, to the best of my knowledge and abilities, explain the story and what's going on in cases of where it might not be be exactly clear, as well as there will probably be mild to maybe even severe spoilers as I discuss it. This game's been out for a long time, but I'll try to maybe not ruin everything right away for people who aren't familiar with the story. But yeah, next time, Silent Hill Part 2, and until then, scare well.